well, so I'm asking, what's one more thing that I can do to help myself be able to see ours in the physical, with my physical eyes? I believe I've made some progress in training on my third eye, but making this sense more physical for me would be so gratifying and cool. And then I'm thinking then, well, by saying that, am I being selfish or shallow for me to want this in my life? Like I don't, I know I don't really, need it, but
So why do you want to see it? I can't hear you. Uh-oh. There we go.
I think because I want more physical reminders of or physical uh reminders of the connection I have to this work that I do.
I get it. Okay, so what they want to say to you is, at least right now, who you are, you're not going to see it, you're going to feel it.
Okay.
And because that way, by feeling it, you get beyond the limitations of your vision, of your physical vision, because there's more there. And and the feeling of it, the sensing of it, is something that's inherent within you. And if you can learn to tap into that, which they think you actually are already doing, that they think that that's going to become a really important part of your work. And part of it is because you're like, how can I say this? It's because, oh, I get it. The other part of this is that they think you're, in a sense, you're you're sort of like mistaking your physical vision for your mystical vision.
Okay. Yeah.
And so the mystical vision, it's not that you can't, it's not that it can't be channeled through your physical vision, but your mystical vision is always going to be more, let's say, more profound, more full, more connective. And it comes up and out of like the truth of who you are. And so you don't have to work the same way. I mean, like with the physical vision, we sometimes have there's a limitation that can be experienced about seeing something, only being able to see something if you believe it to be true. Whereas mystical vision comes up and out of you, outside of that physical part of yourself, and it's like through the essential nature, the truth of who you are. And so it just is.
Okay.
And because they also show me a picture of you, because with your mystical vision, right, so it's that, so in a physical sense, it's more sensing, it's more just knowing that it's there kind of thing. Then it by not trying to make it physical, it connects with the healing energy in the palms of your hands. And then, like in a certain sense, that, I mean, like that's where we're taught that Reiki happens or whatever. And yes, that's true, but this is more than that, right? Like it's more than just the sort of the concept of Reiki. I mean, that's wonderful. I'm not saying anything bad about Reiki, but it's that awareness of how the chakras in your hands connect with what's in the mystical vision.
Okay. Whew. Yeah. So I'm almost putting too much weight on what being able to see to see auras physically. I'm putting too much weight on that.
You are.
Like, it's not that as important
Right.
as I might like to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is that for the most part, especially when it comes to auras and energy fields and all of that, people tend to talk about it and teach about it through the physical vision because that's all they can do. But you're not
Okay.
limited to physical vision. You have mystical vision. So that's why they're saying get over yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Right?
Will do. Yeah.
Right? Because that's a limitation. So most people,
Yeah.
right? And I mean, and you can't really teach well, I mean, you can teach someone mystical vision to some degree, but usually you get to mystical vision because you're so frustrated you can't do the physical stuff, so you go with what you can do. It's like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
But that's actually because that's taking in a much sort of like if you think about it as like a continuum, right? Physical vision is happening at the form end of the continuum, whereas mystical vision is across the entirety of the continuum, which means that you can then shift your awareness in different ways to pick up, right? So like with mystical vision and tapping into the chakras in the palms of your hands, what you can do then is also shift across the various layers that are there, right? So you can shift across the physical layers, like like you can, like there's the energetic field, and here I can feel the etheric field, I can feel the astral field. You can go that way. You can also feel the layers in the heart levels and the heart layers, in the mind layers, in the body layers, and the soul layers. So all of that you can do with mystical vision. And usually with physical vision, you can't do that because you're just focusing on that one single layer.